Oh, guess what? I am still Paul F. Tompkins, and welcome back to Speakeasy. But since it's Oktoberfest, perhaps I should say welcome back to Speakeasy. What better way to celebrate Speakeasy than with this drink? And my guest, you know him as Mitchell on the hit situational comedy Modern Family. Please say hello to Jesse Tyler Ferguson. Jesse, hello.
Hello.
Cheers to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for sharing a bee's knees with me.
Of course. A bee's knees? Yes, this is my first time.
I think you're the bee's knees too.
Oh, Jesse Tyler. You got to start on Broadway.
Which makes me classy.
Right.
I'm told.
You're legitimate.
I'm legitimate and classy because I've started on Broadway.
Is the beauty of the theater that in a long run, muscle memory just takes over and you can just
I did have moments where I kind of went into a black hole where I would get halfway through the show and I don't remember any of it. That's kind of terrifying, actually. I probably shouldn't admit that.
That you're capable of such a thing?
That I'm capable of it, and I did it for a paying audience. I basically stopped caring for a moment.
But did anyone ever go up to the box office afterwards and
ask for their money back?
That one guy seemed like he was in a black hole.
He seemed like he was out of the moment. No. I could fool anyone.
Now, because of your Broadway training, you know a lot about dance. You're a very enthusiastic guest judge on So You Think You Can Dance.
Yes.
My wife and I are big fans of that
really?
show. So we've seen you on there. You're practically a regular on there now.
I'm a spice that they come to. I don't want to be on there every day because then people are like, there's too much coriander. Right. But if you have like a little bit of coriander, it's fine, you know? I think I would be a really obnoxious judge if I was there every day. People would get really sick of me.
Do you think you'd start to get more critical? Because I'm sure you're in a difficult position as the guest judge because you don't want to be...
But also I feel like I can say what I think because they're not going to see me next week. My mom always says that. She's like when she embarrasses herself, she's like, oh, they'll never see me again. That's kind of how I feel when I'm on the show. Oh, they'll never see me again.
You mean like if she's at an airport or in a supermarket or something like that?
You know, and like her dress is tucked into her pantyhose or something. She's like, oh, I'm embarrassed, but then I'll never see me again. So I kind of feel the same way about So You Think You Can Dance.
Has she accompanied you to any award shows?
Yeah, she came with me to the Emmys this year. She was actually very cozy with Bryan Cranston, Robert Cranston as she calls him.
To his face, I hope?
Yeah.
Robert, you're wonderful.
Yeah, it's not his name, Mom. She was kind of flirting with him. Really? So I think she hopes to see him again. And she's single.
Well, he's a married man, isn't he?
He's married.
This is a bit of a scandal.
Yeah.
Mother Ferguson.
You're hearing it first. I do watch my own show because I'm such a fan of the other storylines too in the show because we're so segregated when we're shooting. So I'm a fan of my other actors.
Do you tune out of the table reads so it'll be a surprise later on so you have no idea?
Well, they changed so much from the table read to the actual production when it's on TV, so it seems fresh.
Yeah.
And I always forget what the other storylines are. Like in my head, Modern Family is about Mitchell and Cameron and their daughter Lily, and they have some friends that live down the street.
Eric Stone Street, who plays your partner on Modern Family, recently won an Emmy for his performance, and had some really wonderful things to say about you, and I'm sure that must have been a very touching
it was
moment.
very sweet, and it cost me. I had to pay him to say those things, but it was nice that he stuck to the script, which was good.
To make a relationship believable in that way, you do get very close, and is there?
Yeah.
And sometimes it really does become like on set. This is your significant other. Eric being straight, does that dynamic still happen?
Yeah, I mean, we have the same arguments that you know, I think any real couple has. Like, we annoy each other, we get on each other's nerves, we say things that makes the other one's eyes roll, we, you know, wear embarrassing things to work, and you're like, I cannot believe you wore that out. It's also difficult when we go out together because for the general public who know us, they know us as a couple on television, and it really flips them out if they see us out together because they can't separate that this is just something that two friends are doing. They really feel like who's taking care of your daughter? Why is your husband Eric off like flirting with a woman? You know, it really throws them for a loop.
Getting to your real life relationship.
Yeah.
You're recently engaged. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Your fiance Justin.
Yes.
You guys have started an organization together called Tie the Knot.
That's correct.
Would you tell me about that a little bit?
Well, it started off with me wanting to just design bow ties.
As all things do.
As most things usually start out. Just because I like bow ties, and I thought it could be fun to be in the fashion world in like the smallest sense of the way. Like I did not want a Kmart line.
It's even the smallest type of tie.
It really is.
It takes up the least amount of room.
It was between bow ties and stud earrings, and we went with bow ties. So we thought, well, if we do it for charity, then it's like it makes it a little cooler. So Justin came up with the idea of forming an organization called Tie the Knot, and then all the proceeds from the bow ties would go to Tie the Knot. We disperse it for marriage equality.
Are those ties available now?
They're going to be available in November.
And the idea being that this will be an ongoing thing.
Yeah, well, hopefully it won't be. Hopefully, we'll have federal marriage equality. But in the time being, I mean, I secretly hope it doesn't happen because I'm enjoying making bow ties.
Right.
Is that selfish of me? That'd be great if this can just continue forever.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
A pleasure to chat with you, and best of luck. That is it. Thank you for joining us, and please join us once again when our guest will be a different person. Let's have a fake conversation.
They always lead in like this. It was, and then they always go.